Bwana Ogeto, welcome.
I, Kennedy Nyabuti Ogeto, being called upon to exercise the functions of Solicitor General, do swear that except with the authority of the President, I will not directly or indirectly reveal the nature of contents of any business, proceedings or document of the Cabinet committed to my secrecy, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as Solicitor General. So help me God. I have read and understood the Leadership and Integrity Act, number 19 of 2012, and commit to abide by the General Leadership and Integrity Code as set out under Part 2 of the Act. Humbled by the high calling of public office and the public trust that has been bestowed upon me, cognizant of the challenges facing our nation in eliminating the scourge of corruption, mindful of the need for the fight against corruption to be spearheaded by the demonstrable leadership and visible commitment of Cabinet Secretaries, Chief Administrative Secretaries, Principal Secretaries, Chief Executive Officers of state corporations and heads of agencies, affirming my personal commitment to confronting corruption and economic crimes in general in both words and actions, through my selfless and unwavering devotion to supporting and implementing the government's anti-corruption and anti-economic crimes initiatives and the various laws, regulations, policies, and programs towards those ends, committed to the principles of individual and collective responsibility and collective accountability to the head of state and government for the anti-graft performance of the ministry, state department, state corporation, or agency which I lead, and pledging myself to at all times upholding both personal and corporate integrity, accountability, transparency, honesty, responsiveness, and servant leadership as the core tenets at the heart of an effective anti-corruption strategy. I, Kennedy Nyabuti Ogeto, having been appointed as Solicitor General to the State Law and Department of Justice, do solemnly pledge as follows. I pledge at all times to abide by the Constitution of Kenya, statute law, regulations, policies, guidelines, and codes of conduct as they apply to public duty, leadership, integrity, the rule of law, and the principles of good governance. I pledge to make accountability, transparency, ethics, and integrity a key personal priority of my service to the nation. I pledge to uphold honesty and transparency in the execution of my public duties. I pledge to make all decisions and take all actions with respect to my public duties, devoid of any corruption, nepotism, tribalism, discrimination, conflict of interest, or breach of any applicable law or code of ethics. I pledge to declare my personal interests that may conflict with my public duties and to thereafter remove myself from any related decision-making process. I pledge to undertake, within the first 90 days of the commencement of my public duties, a comprehensive review of the internal management systems within my institution and to thereafter identify and highlight all areas of weakness in terms of anti-graft measures and to work with the relevant officers and institutions to strengthen the same. I pledge to ensure that the proper accountable documents are prepared and preserved within my area of mandate so as to ensure transparent, accountable, and verifiable audit of the same. I pledge to ensure that all contracts, agreements, and memoranda of understanding entered into by my office and all institutions are strictly beneficial to the Republic of Kenya, protective of the government's interests, and provide the nation with the best value for money, highest quality of goods and services, are drafted and executed in strict conformity with all applicable laws, policies, and guidelines with respect to their technical, commercial, financial, and legal aspects. I pledge to fully cooperate with any and all audit or investigatory measures initiated with respect to either myself or my office relating to all matters touching on my public duties and institution. Accordingly, fully appreciating the weight and solemn nature of this pledge, I unequivocally commit myself to the above by appending my signature as below.
Have a handshake with you.
Congratulations.
Asante.
Asante.
Karibu kupigwa picha. Asante.